Afternoon, guys. Welcome back from the lunch break. We're going into round 3 of our Sunday X-Wing tournament. Hopefully the guys of you out there who have subscribed to the YouTube channel and tapped on your notifications button will already know we're underway and will be joining us for this round. We are pitting Josh Thompson, who's flying a Rebel list, with Ray and Lorik. Ray has got expertise, Kanan, Finn, a title, I'm guessing it's the Falcon one. The sloop title for the Falcon 2, yep. An engine upgrade. And Lorik in the Aztec with push limit C3PO. A droid there I can't quite make out, unfortunately, and a targeting computer. So we'll try and grab that from him at the as soon as we can to find out exactly what it is. And he's playing against everyone's favourite Wookiee, Mr. Kevin Bellamy, who is playing an Imperial list today, which is amazing because it's something I know a lot about. Which he is using Quick Draw with VI, Fire Control System, Harpoon Missiles, Advanced Optics, and he's also applying Rear Admiral Shiranu with VI, Emperor Palpatine, Kylo Ren, and an engine upgrade. It's going to be really interesting. We've got one large, one small ship on either side. Both have quite a lot of damage output. What's really interesting is just going to be how well Emperor Palpatine and Kylo Ren work off each other to put through the choice of crits onto Josh's ships. So at the moment they're just flying kind of towards each other across the board, although Kev's now pulling away just to tease Josh, see if he can work out where he's going. Just while the guys set their dials for the next turn, just a quick heads up, if you are ever looking to join us here at Weekend Wars for the X-Wing tournament, we run them on the second weekend of each month. Next month, in the month of May, that is going to be on the 12th and 13th. The tickets will go up later this week. You'll be able to get them either in store or on shop.weekendwarlords. Come and join us. We run one on Saturday, one on the Sunday. The Saturday's a bit more of a smaller field because we have other events running, and it's a bit more casual. And the Sundays, there definitely takes over the store, and it's there for you guys who are really looking to get into the competitive scene of X-Wing. So come and see us. Come and see some of the guys you've probably seen at various regionals and other events, and see how your list gets on. We don't bite. It's normally always a very fun atmosphere, regardless of how competitive it gets. And like I've said before, join us on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. On Facebook, you can find us at Weekend Warlords, and you can find all the various different groups we do by typing in Weekend Warlords, and any game system you play. If we run it in store, we'll have a group for it, and you'll be able to find yourself like-minded players to either organise games or just to find out the first information on any events we run around that game. So we're starting to get a little bit close now. There should be some form of shot possibly, if not this turn, definitely next. So checking range now, it's just going to be out. So I'll be back to the dials. And you would have thought you're pretty much guaranteeing there's going to be some form of firing going from both sides in the next round. So there we go, Lothric's moving straight into the middle of the field. You'd expect him to be well within range of someone on the next turn. I can't see the Desi moving anywhere rapidly. It's just a case of how long Lowrick can hold on for against the firepower of the Desi and Quick Draw. Or whether they're going to actually go after Ray and the Falcon. So it looks like Kev, as his action on the Desi, is going to use Kylo's ability to show the dark side to Lowrick, range 1. The ability for show the dark side is Kev will get to pick a pilot crit of his choice and put it to the side face up, and the time that the ship who has show me the dark side on it takes a crit, will, instead of using a random one off the top of the deck, will take that card chosen. And this is where Palpatine comes into effect, because Palpatine can guess at a crit, get the crit guaranteed on, and it's pretty much each turn he's able to get those dual actions off. A choice of critical hit on the opposition's fighter. It could be anything from not being able to shoot the turn, reduce the pilot skill 0, and it really gives you a lot of manoeuvrability in what you want to do. He's then firing his harpoon missiles, what it looks like, off Quick Draw, which would work very nicely if he manages to get a crit off on it. So he can spend the crit on a harpoon missile, deal 1 damage to each ship at range 1. So Desi's going straight through onto Ray, which is guessing as 2 crits, 3 crits. Ooh, very nasty. Can Ray get out of this? So it rolls the 1, adds in the blank with Finn, and only gets 1. Oh, and a token as well. So it would take the crit chosen from Show Me the Dark Side. Oh. So Lowrick is firing back now at the Desi for a hit and a crit. The Desi will take it because it has an agility value of nil point, absolute 0.
What was that, Kev? Kev?
It's the harpoon, that extra damage.
Oh, what?
So, it's the iPad,
Yeah.
and it actually, that's what's mixing the different streams. So they're the 2 cameras at the moment, and that's the dice cam, and that's the main overhead cam, and then that streams wirelessly up to YouTube. Okay, and then we can view it. So that's real time. That's the YouTube feed.
Right.
And then we mix the mics through the thing there, and then that feeds into that.
Just put a mic on top of that.
Yeah,
Straight from there.
yeah, yeah. But if you could do it if you could do that wirelessly to OBS,
I'm sure you can. I'll
See-
do it all play around with it.
yeah, do. It would be really interesting because OBS gives you more flexibility. The problem with this is you can put titles over and stuff like that, and you can't really edit them live like you can with OBS.
Yeah.
And you can feed things in like timers and stuff like that with OBS
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's what we need. But
And OBS, you can stream Twitch and YouTube.
yeah, you can stream multiple things, can't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
So you've got two platforms covered.
Yeah. The problem is it needs to be wireless because you can't have a cable straight all the way around the shop.
No.
Well, you could, but it'd be messy.
Yeah.
And you want to break down the setup of it.
What you need is your own map. Weekend Warlords map. So like
Oh,
Steel
map.
Open 2017.
Yeah,
Weekend Warlords.
Yeah, for the X one.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Sign on to YouTube. Actually on that.
Yeah.
That's been
Much
played for a while.
ridiculous game.
The 51st
They got fancy wrestling. It's crazy.
Right, I'll leave you to it before I see Nash talk.
So you did mute it?
No, I didn't.
So for those just joining us, we've got Josh Thompson against Kevin Bellamy on top table. We've got Rebels versus Imps. Josh is flying Ray and Lorik, and Kev is flying Quick Draw and Rear Admiral Shivanu. We're into our second round of actual engagements after all the manoeuvres leading up to this point. Josh just moving Lorik and tokening up. It looks like we're going to have a bump from Ray into our own ship on a bit of debris, which I don't believe he wanted to do. So that's a costly mistake there. So that'll mean Ray has got no target. She's going to take a stress from the debris. She could possibly take a crit if she rolls it. And does not, as it's only a hit. Shivanu's banking hard round to the left, which is fine. As one cool thing about the Desi, it's the only Imperial ship that does have a 360-degree firing arc. Not necessarily aesthetically pleasing, with a window the size of a house on the front. That's my own personal opinion, but it's absolutely effective in game. So Kylo is again showing the dark side to Ray, and he has picked. What's he picked? Oh, we can't see. I'm sure we'll find out if it takes effect on Ray. And Quick Draw is just banking round to the left. I would take a guess as Kev's going to barrel roll him to maintain a firing arc. So at the moment, I believe he's completely out. Whether he can fit a barrel roll in behind Ray is another question. So he's gone for the focus. No arc, but with advanced optics on Quick Draw, he'll keep that to the next turn. So he's going to be focused and target locked up until he decides to spend them. So Desi into Ray has gone for 2 hits and a crit, and Ray has unfortunately not managed to evade any. So he's going to use Lorik's ability to pass on reinforced as a evade to Ray. Take 2. And with unfortunately Lorik but not being able to make an arc. Be Ray to shoot. Oh, we passed that actually. I do apologise, must have missed that, but we're back on dials. Oh no, of course, it'll be blinded pilot from the last round, so Ray wasn't able to shoot this turn. Remember guys, if you do want to put any comments up, just chuck them up on the YouTube, whether it's about this game or X-Wing in general, anything that goes on in the store to do with X-Wing. If you have any questions, chuck them up. Any queries about the lists used in this game, give us a shout out, we'll get back to you. And don't forget to hit that notification button and sign up to the channel, because then you'll be told exactly when each round is starting. Massively aggressive manoeuvre there from Ray to make sure she's well within range 1 of the Desi. Possibly looking to take as much off of it as possible. Problem is with Desi, you know, it's got a lot of hull to chew through. Not so heavy on the shield side, but a lot of hull to chew through. And it's the ability that Kylo and Palpatine combined is given out from the Desi that is what Josh is going to want to get rid of from the game. Quick draw is a bit of a pain in the bugger. You know, he's got the ability to shoot back if he loses a shield per turn, but offensively he's just not as bad as the Desi. So it's definitely going to be the choice of Josh to get rid of that first. We've got a Schloop from Quick Draw to get him back facing the right way to get back into the fight in the next turn. Lowric's also got arc on the Desi as well with its 180, so I'm guessing he'll be shooting that first, but first is Quick Draw shooting in on Ray at range 3, who spent target lock and focus for 3 hits. Ray is going to roll only 1, so take 2 unless he spends Lowric's token. And the cool thing is, obviously, Quick Draw is going to maintain that target lock with its fire control system. So it's now the Desi into Ray for 2 hits and a crit. Ray's going to get to use the ability with Finn and score itself 2 focus, which is unfortunately not really what you want. He's going to look to use Lowric's reinforced to get an evade, which he does, but still takes major explosion. And what also will then, I believe Ray's only on 1 hull. This is Ray firing back again, using the ability of Ray and Finn to get that extra attack dice in. Now, interesting to know the Desi is now pilot skill 0. So Kev now at pilot skill 0 with the Desi is going to be forced to move first, which is possibly going to change his where he's going to manoeuvre, because now he's going to actually have to move before everyone else and won't actually be able to see where they're going for his actions as well. I'm guessing that quick draw is just going to bolt straight in, get right back into the middle of the field, and no being able to open up on either Ray to finish her off or Low Rick just to try and chip away at him. I would hazard a bet that Ray could possibly be out of the game this turn unless she really bolts away. But with the Desi so close with a 360 arc and quick draw still to move with a rear and front.
His post is 0, just should get shot off first.
Lyric coming in to again take a target on the Desi. We'll reinforce the front. Salute from Ray to make sure it gets the bonus ability of Ray and Finn. Although it's hard to tell without being able to see the plate. Oh, he's going to go for the boost to guarantee it. Yeah, he's going to be in front arc. So yeah, and like I say, with the pilot skill 0, Ray's going to get to shoot first. Whether it's still enough to get rid of all of the hull on the Desi is another question. And whether quick draw, to be honest, I'm quite surprised that it wasn't a bank manoeuvre. But he may just be able to still get arc on Ray. From that distance though, will it be enough to get rid of those last couple of bits of hull?
Three left on red. Three hits.
So that's 2 evaded, only takes 1 damage.
Just the 1 damage because you had the lyrics.
Three. Wow.
So that's a lot of damage there taken by the Desi. Let's see how many it's taken in total.
That's double damage.
That's a lot.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
So I believe that leaves it on 2.
8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage. Leaves it on 1 hull.
One damage left on the Desi. He's got range 1 on Ray though. It'd be shocking if he didn't manage to take her out of the picture before he goes. So let's see what we got here. We've got 2 crits, 3 crits and a hit. Ray's going to roll in the blanks. Is that 2? Oh no, 1, 2 focus. So it's going to take all 4, I believe. That is a dead Ray. Oh, maybe not. They're going to count. And that is a dead Ray. So that's Ray taken out of the picture, but a very, very limping Desi on just one hull. It could quite well go down to Lowrick versus Quick Draw for the end game, as I believe that neither of them have been touched yet. Lowrick's going to hold out on the higher hull and shield, but with Quick Draw's ability to essentially get 2 shots a turn if possible, he could lose those shields and hull quite quickly. At guess, I'm gonna say Lowrick's gonna take a turn into the right, aiming for the centre of the board, on the chance that the Desi's got a bank round to the left to stay on the board, and can hopefully keep the 180 arc. And if he can't, then he'll should have a shot off on Quick Draw, but he's going to want to finish off the Desi first before tangling with Quick Draw, because 1-on-1's always better than 2-on-1, especially with Desi, with Carlo and Palpatine still on the board. So we're locked in. And as guessed, the Desi is massively banking rounds, keep itself on the board. Don't think he's going to boost, as he'd give Lowrick more of a chance to get him in arc. Oh, interesting. He's going for the defensive and hopefully, I'm guessing, keeping Quick Draw in arc. But still a very, very interesting choice there from Josh. So Quick Draw's gone with the target lock for this turn. It's range 2. Just trying to decipher whose dice are whose. And he's at 3 out of hand. 2 and a crit out of hand.
Kev.
The Wookiee's on fire. Let's see what Josh manages to roll.
Guessing 0 with
C3PO, yeah. Unfortunately, he's rolled the paint.
got 2 shields. Click on shield. There we go.
So Quick Draw out of arc from Lowrick, so it's gone straight to Shirinu for his attacks.
No, it's attack. Oh yeah, but he's low arc. Shino's on the first skill 0.
So he's palping for a crit. So 2 crits. So he's using reinforced to evade 1.
Takes a shield.
Is that all the Wookiee shields gone now? It looks like it. I would hazard a guess at what Josh is going to do, but as the last time he completely sent me for a loop, I'm not even going to take a guess this time. We're just going to have to wait and see what Kevin and Josh have planned, see where the dials take them. For those of you who can't quite hear, Kev's blaming a few mistakes that he's made during game on the lunchtime syndrome. I don't know if any of you guys feel the same out there. Do you ever feel that after you've taken a break, after your first couple of games, that you might just sort of, let yourself drift off a bit and not stay too focused? Is that a thing, or is Kev just making it up? Discuss. Chuck a comment in if you do believe in the lunchtime syndrome, or if you don't believe Kev. If you think Kev is just trying to weasel out of making some mistakes. There we go. So Desi's come round. The Wookiee is bolting away. Still, let's see what Quick Draw's done. There may be a shot from the Desi. I'm not quite sure though. He may just be out of range. Oh, this is interesting. Can he barrel roll to keep arc on the Wook? He's going to try it.
Oh, cheeky.
Very nice. Just outside the rock.
Don't know if he's got him in out there.
It's going to be tight. He is not. He is not. No shooting this turn. Well, I'm definitely going to go ahead and guess that the Wookiee is taking round to the right this turn, as I think his options have run out now. He's running out of board. He's going to have to start banking in. Desi, I believe, will carry on following its left-hand turns. As for Quick Draw, not a clue. Will he sloop to then face back into the board? Will he take a slow bend around the rock? It's going to be interesting. Been proven wrong again. Where is that Desi going? Is Kev just trying to keep it alive? Does he think Quick Draw can chase down Low Rick? Right, is the real question. We've tokened up. Let's see what Quick Draw's doing. Interesting. Looks like Kev's going to bring both ships round and possibly decide when he wants to engage. So we could see a couple of turns of the Imperials slowly pulling round 180 and then choosing to pincer in the Wookiee gunship. It'll definitely give him a chance to see where Josh is taking the gunship. Will Josh go in aggressive to take out the Desi? Will he try and bend right round the board to take the Desi one-on-one without Quick Draw being in arc? This has really made it an interesting game to see, just because it's not going to be over as quickly as we thought it was. Yeah, boost. Now Quick Draw's bending back in towards the centre. Now, this is interesting. Now that Kev has essentially cut off 2/3 of the board from the Wookiee to fly through, because he'll end up in an arc, it's going to be interesting to see whether Josh goes straight across the board, uses his 180 arc to try and put that last point of damage in on the Desi before Quick Draw can get to him. But again, I'd hazard a guess that Quick Draw is going to move quite quickly, whereas the Desi will try and slow it down to try and draw the Wookiee gunship in. Cheeky check for target lock there. There we go, Quick Draw bolting in, 4 speed right across the board. He's going to probably try and come round that rock and come at the Wookiee from the rear while the Desi comes in from the front, so whichever way that Josh tries to reinforce the Wookiee, hopefully he'll have one end of him that is not reinforced. So there he is, he's reinforced the front, I believe, and he's not in front arc. So let's see what Quick Draw does. Spends his target lock for 2 crits. Oh, and a hit. Ooh. Nice damage output there from Quick Draw. Reinforced 3. Nice. Managing to keep him alive.
It's alright for one, isn't it? The Ashman, that is.
So there we go, the dials are down, the Desi's moving off first, bolting straight across, pretty much guaranteeing a shot off if he's alive from anywhere the Wookiee may end up. Oh, and he's going to boost as well.
Bump, he's trying to go for the bump.
He might be going for the bump, he might go for the possibility that he's wondering if he might turn inwards with the Wook. Not as tight as he had hoped. If the Wookiee had tightened in turn, he could have lost arc on the Desi from the boost. Deciding where to reinforce. I'm guessing he'd go for the front. I don't think Quick Draw is going to bolt past him to go for the rear, because he'll run out of map pretty sharpish. Let's have a look, see where Kev has placed Quick Draw, whether he can, if he's going to go in for the kill shot at range 1. I don't know if Quick Draw could get in quick enough and barrel roll out to stay out the front arc.
They're reinforced as well.
Yeah.
Everything reinforced.
So he's gone in 3.
Good barrel that way if he's reinforced the front.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So there'll be no reinforce from the shot for Quick Draw on the Wook for this turn, which could be the decider.
Should be okay. He's got 5 hulls, hasn't he? How much hulls has Wookiee got?
4 shots with target lock and focus.
Yeah.
It just depends on how nice the crits are to you. 4 shots, sorry. Two hits, two crits, one evade.
Because of double damage. Ugh. Ugh.
That's my stuff to wrap this.
Sorry about a little interruption. Oh, that is the decimator gone. So it's now going to come down to quick draw out on Lowrick. Quick draw is going to, which will give himself a chance at taking down Lowrick, but at the same time, if he's going for the art dodge, Lowrick's going to more than likely go for the rear reinforce every turn. And this isn't going to help, going over some debris, so he's going to be stressed. Could possibly take damage if he rolls the crit. Oh, I'm guessing he's already rolled it. So there's no action for Lowrick, which is really going to upset him. He's got the target lock, he's got the focus, he's done it for 3 hits. Lowrick's going to roll off his evade. So he guessed one with C3PO, which gives him the second, so he's going to take 1. Which I believe leaves him on 1. So this is all going to be about now how Josh reads what Kev's possibly going to do with quick draw. Does he bolt away? I mean, with Kev, personally I'd go for just a slow one bank to keep him in arc. It's all he needs to really finish him off. He's got the focus, he's got the target lock. Absolutely. However, Lowrick is going to be a bit tokened up this time. So let's see how the dice favour these two gentlemen. It's another 3 hits. And spend 2 tokens to keep the evades up. What would be interesting is Lowrick at 38 points is bang on exactly the same point cost as quick draw. So if this goes to time, this will go to final salvo. What's interesting is, in a way, quick draw would like to take, as much damage off Lowrick as possible, but could also benefit from being in Lowrick's arc. But I think that's done it. So 2 tokens from Josh still leaves him enough damage to finish off Lowrick, which will give the game to Mr. Kev Bellamy. Well done, the work. Well done, Josh, though. Some brilliant flying in that game. Came down right to the wire. Again, guys, subscribe to the channel. So make sure you click that notification button. We will be coming back with Range 4 soon. If you have any comments for us, chuck them up. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I see them. Get on Facebook, join us on Facebook, join us in the Facebook groups for any of the game systems that you love to play on the tabletop or with cards. And join us back very soon for round 4.